What can you state your name and class title?
Sure. I'm Mr. Pusch, and I'm talking about astronomy today.
Um, what is the difficulty and homework rating of this class?
Difficulty in homework rating. I honestly have not looked for some time at the what the students are rating it for on Spartan Speaks. The class is meant to be, a class where you're going to learn something, but compared to like an AP class, it's going to be a breather, right? It's basically for students who, maybe struggle a little bit more in school. It's a class that they're going to be able to manage. For students who are like AP students, it's a class that kind of gives them a break so that they don't need to take, like 6 AP classes, right? It's kind of a schedule breather. So yeah, I get students of all abilities, and all of them seem to enjoy it. So.
Awesome. Why should a student be excited to take this class?
Why should a student be excited to take this class? Well, most students, most students tell me they like to, they like to learn about space and the universe and stuff like that. And so it doesn't take a lot to get people interested in it. It doesn't take a lot on my part anyway to get people interested in it. So, we have fun. It's an interesting class, and it's a good time, really.
What is the format / agenda of a typical class?
So for a typical class, well, that's actually a really good question because starting in the 24-25 school year, that's where we're recording this right now, I made it a blended class. And so in years past, I would do a little lecture, and then we would do some, a worksheet or two, and then we'd have a quiz kind of thing, right? A lot of the lectures now are going to, the students can watch on their own on a video while we're blending, and then we'll just kind of summarize it. Like I said, still do a couple worksheets together, and then we'll have a quiz, and then we'll just go on and learn the next thing.
How much is the homework load in a typical week?
I think the homework load in this class in a typical week is pretty light. At the end of every chapter, we do a few practice problems and a practice quiz, so people are ready for the quiz, and then we have the quiz. In addition to, I might be jumping ahead here. I'm not sure if we have an assessment question or not, but in addition to quizzes, during the semester, I do give one paper, and I put paper in quotes because it's really not that big of a deal. But some students take tests better than others, and this is a way for, basically what I have people do is go out, look at the sky, and write a report on what they're looking at. And it's a short report, but I make it count, like a quiz and a half, just to help kind of boost the grade for those people who don't like taking quizzes so much. So.
Okay. This is an academic achievement question. What is the format for an academic achievement?
Okay, so I did get ahead there. I kind of answered that. Academic achievements, outside of this little report that I mentioned, basically there are quizzes after every chapter. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah.
Last question. What type of student is successful in this class?
Like I said before, I get all kinds, right? I have well, in my AP class this year, 4 of my AP students, so that's like a quarter of the class, took astronomy from me beforehand, right? So we got some kids who are, really top level students. Other kids are, they needed to graduate, and so we take all kinds, all interests, and honestly, everyone seems to have everyone has terrible timing, right? Everyone seems to have a pretty good time at it. So Then there was just one thing I wanted, that was the last question, right? There was just one other thing I wanted to add. So the reason why I'm redoing this video, because I haven't said anything that's really very different other than this class is also blending now. One of the major differences coming up for the 25-26 school year and beyond is that starting with the class of 2027, so that would be juniors for the class of, or for the school year of 25-26, the junior class and everyone younger than that. The state of Minnesota now has an earth and space science requirement, graduation requirement, and for high school. And so we're making a class, it's a semester-long class. I am not teaching it, but it's going to be required. Okay, that's the bad news. You still need 3 years of science to graduate high school. Most colleges want to see you in 4 years. So we're still offering astronomy as an elective, right? And it's going to be an option, so you can use it to fill that 3rd year, or you can throw it in the 4th year, you know, however you want to schedule it. Just because this requirement is coming into place doesn't mean astronomy is going away. So I think for the 25-26 school year, you know, there'll be a little review in my class from what you're learning in the Earth and Space Science class, but then we'll get to new stuff, right? Because we'll run out of time long before we run out of astronomy to study. Okay, perfect. Thank you.